Oh, Benedict, it's times like this that you realise they're a venal lot, MPs, aren't they? Because they were queuing up, essentially. They sort of licked their fingers, found the direction of the wind to not be in their favour, and were ready to get rid of the bloke. And, well, quite quiet today, aren't they?
They are, and I think a great deal of that is actually because Ukraine has pushed almost everything off the top of the agenda. You know, even the cost of living crisis actually comes second to what is going on in Ukraine. And I think perhaps not unwarranted. People are saying, well, perhaps now is not the best time to act. I mean, for all of the reasons that Tom's just specified there, you know, Sue Gray's report hasn't come out yet. This is only the first tranche of fines and cautions that have been handed out. We don't yet know the full picture, so it would be perhaps a little preemptive to jump in and say, right, we're bringing this back to the top of the agenda and the Prime Minister must go. But I do think that this is, you know, there was a moment to act, you know, right at the sort of the height of the hysteria about it, to perhaps push the Prime Minister. That moment is now gone. And I think probably what will happen is Tory MPs will have to wait until local elections, possibly even a little bit longer, to see actually whether or not this sticks in people's minds, or whether or not something like Ukraine, you know, permanently restores, you know, the loss of trust in the Prime Minister. Because let's be clear, there was a significant loss of trust in the Prime Minister and his government. It doesn't matter how minor the offences were. The fact of the matter is, you know, these were extraordinary times. The people in number 10 were the ones that drew up the rules themselves, and they thought that they could get round the rules and that everybody else would have to abide by them. There's a special sort of, you know, nastiness about that that's been left in people's mouths. Whether or not, you know, Ukraine will have progressed on enough by the time of local elections to perhaps see people forget about it and go, OK, well, that's fine. Whether or not the cost of living crisis will have, you know, ramped up even more and people are, you know, really beginning to feel the pinch, and they'll be sitting there going, and all the while, whilst this was happening, people were partying. You know, we don't know yet. So, you know, it is a very frustrating situation where we're kind of sat here going, nothing really has changed. It will in the next couple of months, certainly. But for now, it's just a little reminder that, yes, this did happen. And actually, yes, the Prime Minister, for all he's done very well on the international stage, domestically, he is on shaky ground, I think.